Welcome back, Latino Wealth Club, to another episode of the Latino Wealth Club podcast. We have a good one for you today. We have an interview. But with that being said, make sure you're liking, sharing, and most importantly, subscribing as we're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Also, leave us a review on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Help us grow on those platforms. And I want to invite you all to our website, LatinoWealthClub.com, where I post articles on politics and finance. You could probably learn how to make some money, so sign up to our newsletter today. And also check out our Discord. There's 48 like-minded individuals talking about building generational wealth, investing, crypto, or sometimes just having conversations. If you guys would like to join, hit up the description, hit the link, and join today. But with that being said, this is your host, MP, and behind the scenes.
AZ.
How you doing, bro?
Good, man. How about you?
Good. Now, help me welcome my guest, Eden.Floors.
Thank you.
Yeah.
we need a crowd.
Yeah, we do. I think we do, right?
But Eden, bro, I want to introduce you a little bit to how I got to know you, and it was through Instagram, right? I was one day just scrolling through my reels, and I just see, hey guys, Eden.Floors here, Los Angeles Construction, and I was like, whoa, what's up with this guy? And I started seeing that you post your work. You're there really marketing, trying to get new customers, new clients, new leads, right?
Yep.
First and foremost, bro, tell me who you are, where are you from, how was it growing up, and then how did you even get into this industry to begin with?
Okay. So my name is Eden. I'm half Israeli, half Mexican. Israeli side is a little wonky because I still have like family members in Africa, France, and Turkey. I have a lot of family in a lot of places. I was raised in Mexico till I was 9, and then I showed up here, didn't really speak any English, and I was in ESL till 8th grade, and then just regular life, living in LA. I grew up in the jungles.
Oh, really?
I grew up in the jungles on...
For people who don't know, that's what movie is that called? What movie is that? The famous movie, what's it called? You know what I'm talking about?
The one with the...
It's the jungles. It's known for that.
Yeah.
What's it? I forgot what it's called. It's with Denzel Washington, right?
Exactly.
I just forget what... forget the name. But anyways, it's I wanted to point that out because the jungles is really, really well known for that movie.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was a really, like, when I was growing up, it was a dangerous place.
Yeah, it was in 18th Street and like
the Bloods.
The Bloods and stuff like that. Like there was a gang war going on like way back in the days. It was a really weird way to grow up because like I grew up like in Mexico where there's like, donkeys are picking up your trash and like people are like, everybody's like really nice to you and friendly
to you and, and then I came here and it was a lot different. Like you almost like you're getting banged on every day or like.
It's racial.
Yeah. And the kids are stealing your bike and, there's a lot of stuff going on. But at the end of the day, like I still think I had a good childhood. Like summer night lights were awesome, made a lot of friends at the parks. But at the end of the day, like, it is a tough place to grow up in.
I have a question, bro. Is the jungles Section 8? Is it like projects?
There are sections where there are Section 8 housing, but not every place is Section 8.
Okay, because that looks like just like, I'm not going to lie, bro. When I've driven by there, it looks like nothing but Section 8. But again, I was, I could be mistaken. That's why I wanted to ask.
Exactly. No, it looks like it, but no, they're not. It's like regular apartments. There's actually like, right above the jungles is Baldwin Hills.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like
the Black Beverly Hills.
Yeah. So you get like the really rich people, and then they'll like some of them will come down a little bit, and then
that still trips me out to this day, bro. Because like one street, it'll be nothing but apartments. You go up a little bit, and then it's nice houses with views. Yeah, it's pretty. I just trip out on how literally one street there'll be an income difference.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's crime difference. Like one street, there's no crime. One street, there's a bunch of crime.
I believe that.
Now
it's a lot different, though. Like, now it's like, it's still like a little bit, but it's not how it used to be. And, but right now, like, basically, I graduated from LA High, Los Angeles High School. And then afterwards, I started working odd jobs. Like, just kind of like Mondo Millie. Like, in his last podcast, I saw he said something like, he had like 18, 19 jobs.
Yeah.
I probably had like 30, 40. You give me like just working odd jobs, agency jobs, construction jobs, chalan, this, that, like anything.
Chalan.
Yeah, anything I could do, like I was doing it. You get me?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I even at one point was like picking up trash, like not trash, but like cabinets and stuff, and I would fix them and I would sell them.
Flip them.
Yeah, and then like that's how I started selling. I started selling on OfferUp. I was like selling random objects, anything really I could find, like a baseball card or this or that, whatever. I would sell it, and then I was like, man, selling is a lot easier than like working a whole job. And I just made $100 selling this, whatever it was, this thing I got from a garage sale, and then like I made that day.
Yeah.
So I started like, I'm gonna sell, and then I started selling on there, and then my mom, she works for a distribution company, and so one day she asked me to come help her, and then I was kind of interested in, I was like seeing a lot of people with big trucks, like trocas, you know. I'm like, wow, this makes money here, like this construction stuff.
Wait, what do you mean by big trucks? Like you're talking about like lifted Silverados and shit like that? Okay.
Yeah, like I would see crazy stuff, like, you know, like big pallet trucks, and you're like, they're selling 6 pallets? Like, that's insane. Like, you're making a lot of money off that, or, you know, I'm thinking. And then,
Because you're looking at, okay, how much they're selling for, how much it makes, and you're like, times that by 6. You're like, what the?
you're like, whoa, that's a lot of money right there. And then I kind of started researching on, you know, like TikTok, YouTube, like, how do you open a business? How do you, like, start an LLC? How do you, like, do all these little things? And then I kind of just, I asked my mom, I was like, hey, like, I need a loan. And I sold my car. And then I started kind of, like, trying to figure that out. I opened a store. And I started working. And it's been going okay.
Open a store for what?
I opened a store for flooring.
Okay, so your mom worked for a distribution center for flooring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That I think that you forgot to mention that. That's why I was like, wait, distribution pallets, but what pallets are we speaking about?
Yeah, flooring. It was all flooring, like, you know, SPC, laminate, you know.
And before this, did you do flooring as a chalan?
Yes, because, I mean, I grew up kind of around it, because my stepdad at the time, well, when I moved over here at 9, like, he was doing carpet. So I kind of was, like, already familiar with, like, the process and installing. And then when I got here, my mom owned an upholstery business. And through there, like, I kind of learned how to be like, she would take me on quotes and stuff like that. And I kind of learned how to, like, talk to people.
Yeah.
And be like, and sell. And so.
Are you a DACA baby, bro?
DACA? No.
Okay. Because you're saying, you know, you came at 9?
Oh, yeah, I came at 9, but I was born on Adams and Western.
Oh, so you're already born in the United States. Okay, cool. I just something that, you know, came across my mind right now that you mentioned that you coming over here. I know a lot of people, they come over here and, you know, they don't, obviously they weren't born here, so they have to go through DACA or whatever, you know, programs that they're out there. Oh, your brother's DACA?
Yeah, he's younger than me, though.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So they had you here, but then your brother just was born in Mexico.
Yeah, because we were already out there, so she just had a kid out there.
Oh, wow.
Because she didn't think she was going to move out here. My mom, she didn't think she was going to move back here. And then just circumstances kind of forced her out of there. And for me, like, me and my mom have an interesting relationship because, like, when my brother was born, my mom basically left. So I was like, I didn't really know my mom all that well.
Because she dipped out to the States?
She dipped out to the States, and I would talk to her on the phone, basically. So when I met her, I would call her by her name for like 2-3 years.
My boy was like the movie Under the Same Moon.
Literally.
Yeah.
I used to watch that movie and cry. Like, I'd be like, oh,
I used to cry too, fool.
Yeah.
I used to cry, well, not because I would live through that, but because obviously my parents would tell me about, obviously, family members that, you know, came here to this country a different way than they did. And I always related to that. And I'm like, damn, that's sad.
Yeah.
So you used to live with your grandparents, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I used to live with my grandma.
Where at?
San Luis Potosí.
Okay.
Yeah. And my grandpa was a federal carrilero. So he worked in the trains, and he was never home. Like, he was always out. So I didn't really get a relationship with my grandfather either. It was just my grandma.
Okay.
Really.
How was it in Mexico?
I loved it. Like, Mexico is a special place, and it will always have a special place in my heart. It's like, it's home, and it feels a lot more calm, feels a lot less like headaches.
Oh, yeah.
And less fast, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Well, any place is less fast in here.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, you go to just travel to Yosemite and you're like, oh, everything's so slow here.
Oh yeah.
It closes early, and I don't know. You go to Denver, everything is closed at 10.
Yeah.
You get me? So it's like
Every other city has its own way of life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel like New York. Like I went to New York, dude. I feel like that city never slept. Like I would hear stuff in the middle of the night, and I'd be like, bro, like the city really doesn't sleep. Like at least in LA, you could be out like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, you might not hear nothing. But over there, you go out at 3 in the morning, there's people walking, bro. You're like, what the heck?
you
Like,
might hear like a homeless guy scream.
but that's it, bro. I mean, that's really about it. But that's funny, bro. So growing up, you know what, bro? I think this is a good question for you, bro, because I grew up going to Mexico a lot. What were some of the cultural differences that you seen from people in the United States and people in Mexico, other than, you know, maybe more of a laid-back lifestyle, and being a little bit more friendlier? What are some other cultural differences that you might have noticed?
Well, like for instance, here, like as of now, like I don't really see people like, especially in the public schools, like we're not really pushing education like that. Like,
no.
if you ever been to a public school, you're like, you're alone. Like the counselors are there, but like they're not there. You get me? Like, and over there it's different. Like they're school, like go to school, because if not, you're
not gonna have a future.
And it's either that or they get to start working at like right after middle school.
Yeah.
Like, right after middle school, you're like, oh, I gotta go get a job at the tianguis. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I think Mexico, kids are at least become very responsible really early on, bro. Like you'll see a 5-year-old picking up his 3-year-old brother, and you're like, how the hell? And then it's like the kid knows the responsibility he's doing, but you compare that to a 5-year-old American kid, and dude, that
work ethic is way different.
Yeah, you're looking at like a 20-year-old mindset to a 10-year-old mindset in a sense. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing it's a huge difference, bro. Kids over there, I feel like grow up a lot faster, more responsible, more honest, and with the work ethic, like the work ethic is always going to be there, bro. But I just think that comes from necessity.
No, yeah, and also like for instance, like before I opened my business, like what really opened my eyes is I went to Mexico. Like I went to visit Mexico right before COVID happened.
Yeah.
And
how old were you at that time when you first started?
2020. I'm 26 right now, so
21.
And I started maybe like at 18, 19 selling stuff. But what really changed me is I went to Mexico right before the pandemic happened, and we have a farm out there. And like I always wondered what's going on over there, like who's working there, and you know. So I go and I visit the farm, and I'm in like nice clothes, you know, because I'm coming from over here and I'm working. So I'm like, I look okay, you get me? And then I go to the farm and I see this kid, no shoes, like chanclas rotas, you know, like, you know, clothes ripped, really dirty. But he's like really a nice kid, and he's like 12. And he's like, oh, vengo a trabajar. I'm looking around like, where? Like, oh, right here. Like, I work right here. I'm like, I go ask my grandma. I'm like, this kid works right here? She's like, yeah, he cuts the lawn. I'm like, oh, where's the lawnmower? She's like, oh, no, la corta mano. Cuts it with clippers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is like a football field. You tell me he's going to cut this whole field with clippers? And she's like, yeah, siempre lo hace. I'm like, I just looked at it. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not hustling like him. Like, he's 12 hustling like that.
Yeah.
I'm 20, whatever. And I'm like, I'm complaining about going to work. I'm like, nah, like, I'm not complaining no more. I have nothing to complain about.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was going home and probably getting beans and rice.
And happy as hell.
Happiest kid I ever seen.
Thanking the Lord for another day of work, another meal in his stomach. Happy as hell.
Happy, and I bet you 10 pesos or whatever
yes,
my grandma gave him.
Yes, and grateful for those ripped up chanclas that he had. And he's going to wake up tomorrow, put them bitches back on, and go work another day. Mexico is exactly what that is, bro. I've seen myself too, bro. Like one time I went and I bought this. There was this 3-year-old kid like begging, right, just asking for money. And I said, you know what? Like I told him, I was like, oh, ¿quieres que te compro un helado? And he's like, yeah. So we le compramos el helado, and I handed it to him. I swear, bro, he took 3 licks and just walked off. I was like, where the hell is he going, bro? I just bought you a ice cream. Where you go? He said, thank you, but it's like I wanted to see where he was going, so I kind of followed him, bro. He took 3 licks, took the ice cream to his little sister, bro. Bro was like 3, 4 years old. His sister was like two, like still baby. And she grabs it, takes a couple licks, and then his mom is there. And then his mom is selling like little goodies right on the street. And I'm just like, damn, like bro's really 4 years old. He could have kept that ice cream to himself. Instead, he took 3, 4 licks, went, gave it to his little sister, and let his little sister have it, bro. Stuff like that, bro. It's something you can only see in a third world country. You know what I'm saying? And like that would light a fire to me to come back and try to really do something with myself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we really have no excuses, dude.
None.
Like if you're poor over here, it's because of your own fault. Like I gotta be real, bro. Like I actually have no empathy for anyone that's poor in the United States. I hate to say it that way, but
see that because I've had like people tell me like shit. I've had people tell me like homeless people should be in a grinder, like all homeless people just
yeah. I've heard of some stuff like that.
I'm like, all right, like
I don't know about that.
Like, I've had friends like I went to LA High, right?
Yeah,
and I've had a couple friends that were homeless. You get me? So like, there are some people that like I'm like, damn, like they are in a shitty situation.
Well, when they're kids, bro, it's a little different.
Exactly, but as of now, like I kind of feel the same way. Like you're poor for you want to be poor, kind of. Like,
yeah,
you can really get up and
do something.
Even after work, like, you work a 9 to 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like you have 4 hours to make a podcast, make a song. Hey, I want to start drawing. Like whatever it is, like you can do it. But certain people are just like they're content. Like 9 to 5, go play video games.
Or I just don't think they have that mental capacity, right? And I'm not trying to call them dumb, but I'm saying they just don't have that mindset to really think outside the box. So their thing is like 9 to 5, be happy with that. There's nothing else I can do with life. Instead of like, okay, I have other options. I could build something here. I could build something there. You know what I'm saying? Like they just don't have that open mindset to really grow.
Well, entrepreneurship is like, I think it's just like you're kind of born with it. Like I remember in Mexico, I used to like all my stuff, like literally all my stuff, I would put it outside and I would try to sell it like as a little kid.
Yeah.
So I always knew I wanted to like sell and I always knew I wanted like to make money. But like I remember you just said like you were like, I used to have dreams, vivid dreams of like having a Lambo or like da-da-da.
Yeah.
I used to have dreams of like just take care of my family. Like literally I'll just be like, man, I want my own family and I want to take care of my family.
Yeah.
And like I never really had like, oh, I'm gonna da-da-da. I don't know.
I think with that, I think mine came from like MTV Cribs. Like that's not straight up, bro. Like I would watch MTV Cribs as a kid, and I used to be like, damn, they have a movie theater in their house, they have a gym at their house. I'm living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in LA, and I don't have a backyard.
And you're a single child?
I'm only child.
Yeah, only child. Yeah.
Are you an only child?
No.
Well, no. You said you have one brother, right?
I have 2 brothers and 1 sister.
Okay, yeah. I'm only child, but my parents like when they came to this country, bro, they did nothing but work. So like even like when I was growing up, I stayed home a lot by myself.
No, yeah,
because my parents would be working and shit like that. So with me, bro, it's like money, the hunger for money, and again, bro, I actually really believe that. It's funny you say that entrepreneurship, you have to be born with it. I don't think it can be taught. I don't think it can be instilled in someone. If someone's not born an entrepreneur, I mean, it might be instilled in someone maybe later in life with like maybe some certain situations that might happen.
Like they impact you like really to the core, and then you're like, damn,
you make a change. Yeah. But unless you're born with it, bro, I really don't see how anyone could say they're an entrepreneur if you're not thinking of this when they're a kid. But my hunger for money came because my parents would work a lot and I would stay home a lot.
I could see that. Like me, bro, when I got to this country, my stepdad had 5 kids on his own.
Oh,
and my mom had 4. Right?
So there's 9 kids.
There's 9 kids in the house, and I'm the oldest. And like my mom got to go work, he got to go work, and sometimes it's the weekends, like they want to go out or something, and we're home.
Yeah.
And like we're like, oh damn, we gotta cook huevos and salchichas. You know? like, and now I'm there cooking for like 10 kids. You get me?
Yeah.
So like my hunger came from like we only have huevos. Like we only have huevos right now. And then my sister's like, oh, I'm tired of huevos. Or like my brother's like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to eat that. Like that's where my hunger came from.
Yeah.
From my family, I'm like, I can't disappoint them. I can't feel disappointed, and I don't know. There's a lot of times where I do. Like I feel like I'm not doing enough. And I'm 26.
But that's the entrepreneur in you, my boy. Honestly, because dude, Mondo, like, how do you even know Mondo? Actually, because you mentioned him. How do you know Mondo Willie?
Mondo, like I knew him through. So one of my friends had passed away. My best friend passed away from fentanyl, and
Oh wow.
one of his friends, his name is Lil Big Fuck. That's his name, and he's a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
And one day he messaged me. He's like, "Oh, I'm starting a tattoo," and that's how I met Mondo.
Okay.
And I kind of switched over. I was like, I kind of want him to do my tattoos. And
Yeah.
he did my tattoos.
Okay. So yeah, going back to him though, that guy's been through a lot. Did you go through both the podcasts or just the most recent one? Or actually, there's three.
The most recent one.
The most recent one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because you know about his first baby and the whole situation with that. And, just going back to those experiences, like with him, bro, I feel like that fool, he's a good example of someone that became an entrepreneur through certain situations. You see what I'm saying? Because in his life, it was never like, oh, I'm going to become a tattoo artist. It's a situation that happened, and he found that pleasure, like, you know what I'm saying, through healing. You know what I'm saying? He healed with his purpose.
Yeah.
And found his purpose. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, no. But the hunger, bro. At the hunger part, bro, I feel like it has to be born with you or life situations, bro. And like you said, bro, like you guys only have huevo. You know what I'm saying? In my eyes, bro, like I would ask for an Xbox and always hearing, no, mijo, ahorita no tenemos dinero, and it's like, damn, bro, like let me just get my own money. Exactly. Like how can I get my own money, bro? Like, and I remember actually at 8 years old, bro, I wanted a scooter, Razor with the red handlebars, and my parents, like, we just didn't have money, bro. We just, and I saved up for a couple months, a little bit of money I could get, $80. I saved up $80 and I bought myself.
That's awesome.
Like I bought it for myself on my birthday, bro, and I felt so amazing, bro. It felt like I remember walking out of the Target right here in San Pedro with the little box of the Razor and just like wanting to open it as soon as I got home, bro, because I was like, I bought this $80.
That's awesome, bro. That's like actually like really impressive.
Well, it came from actually selling candies at 8 years old. Yeah,
that's cool as hell.
But going back, let's
I sold burgers in high school. Like I was selling burgers.
Oh, were you like the torta kid, bro? But like with burgers?
Yeah, with Carl's Jr. burgers. I would give you ranch for 50 cents.
Wait, so you worked at Carl's Jr.'s and you would finesse or how?
No, like in the morning, my boy, he's like, his mom gave him money because his mom wanted him to pay rent already.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, you're going to have to do something. And he was like, oh, like, I want to sell burgers, but I can't, because I don't have money. She gave him a deposit of like $30. You get me? He went to buy burgers, flipped it, came back, gave her the money, flipped it, came back, and then it got big enough to where he hired 3 people.
And you're one of them.
And I was one of them. And so like I started selling burgers for him. But
so you're a part of the burger cartel?
Yeah, but I was so bad at selling burgers because I would sell all of them and then eat 3, and my profit would be gone. So I really just like worked to eat because like I didn't like school food and
you were hungry. You didn't want to eat huevos.
I ate. No, I mean, I ate, especially in high school because I was playing football. But like, just like I needed to eat a lot.
Yeah, that's funny though, bro. Yeah. Hey, in my school was a tortas.
That's awesome. I wish it would have been that. Where'd you go to school?
Pedro.
Oh, San Pedro. Oh, okay. Cool,
yeah.
Cool.
Are you guys a part of the same? You guys are LWC?
Right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. It's just LA High is just like middle of everything. It's like mid city, so it's like you get Koreatown, you get Westwood. Culver City, you get
kids from a little bit of everywhere.
The Jungles, and you got
wait, the
South
Jungles.
Central.
There's a high school right there.
There's Dorsey, right?
Yeah.
But certain people don't want to go to Dorsey, right? So they live there, and they'll change their address to like their grandma's house in Midtown, and they'll go to school in Los Angeles High School.
Interesting. Was it ghetto?
When I arrived to LA High, there were still bullies. Like they were like. I remember my first week, they were like, give me your lunch money. Like, so there was still bullies and.
I never went through that.
They had their own gang called Schoolyard Crip.
Oh.
Yeah, so like.
That's Blueface.
Blueface.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Blueface used to live like kind of around me, but like, he was really, Blueface is from like Ventura or something. He's from
I don't know, bro.
He's from the IE, but like he
Yeah.
moved right in back of me, damn near.
All I know is that the schoolyard stuff, like I only heard that with Blueface. So that's how I know about like a little bit about that. All right, well, going back to you though, bro. Like, so you get in, your mom works for a distribution center for flooring. You start questioning about flooring, and you want to get into the business of flooring. You already had experience with flooring at this point?
Not a lot. Like I was a chalan a couple times, but not like to the point where I know like square footage and linear footage and cubic footage. I don't know anything.
Can for the people that don't know the term chalan, can you explain to them what a chalan is?
A chalan is basically an indentured slave.
Oh shit! I didn't look, bro. I used to. Cause I used to detail and I had a detailing company, and anytime I had a worker with me, I'd walk into a detailing store, and the owners, they typically already know me, so they'd be like, they're like they'll walk in with someone new, be like, the nuevo chalan. And I just be like, bro, stop saying that shit, bro. Or like I'd walk in there myself, ¿Y tu chalan? And it's like, bro, you're like literally asking me, where's your slave at? Dog? It's like, bro, stop asking that, dude. Yeah. Or it's like you walk in and it's like I'm walking in with my cousin that used to work with me, and he's like, I was like, hoy traes a chalan, and it's like, bro, what the? No, it's a Mexican thing though.
It is, but like, it's kind of like our culture, like you're kind of getting a favor. Kinda.
Yeah.
Like, if you're really smart about it, you're getting a favor. Like, these people are letting you help around. Like, they don't really need you there. Like, they could clean up themselves, but they're going to give you, like, $150 to work 12 hours to clean. Like, you get me? So, it's like...
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity to learn, like, hey, like, oh, this goes here, that goes there, this guy's doing that. And so, like, you kind of just gather all these things if you're smart enough or if you're, like, capable of understanding that.
I think Adrian is a challenge for his dad, huh?
Yeah, bro. We lay concrete all the time, bro. So I'm the best cleaner for concrete. You know, if it breaks some cement, let me know, bro. I'll be out there with the broom and shit.
Right there, my boy. Because this fool, I don't know if you noticed, when we said chalan the first time, this fool started cracking up.
Yeah, that shit had me dead.
That fool was like, hey, that's me right there.
Experience. Yeah, he was like, trajeron tu chalan otra vez. Yeah, sí. I'm sitting there like, yeah, fuck, bro.
Yeah. You're right there like, bro, stop calling me.
Yeah, dude.
I'd feel so shitty. I'd be like,
yeah. Even though it's my dad, it's like I shouldn't be embarrassed. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the fucking, you know.
But now I'll have a chalan. You get me?
Yeah.
And I'll have my worker, and my worker will have a chalan. So like my worker tell me like, hey, what's up, boss? And like he's 30, 40, he's way older than me or like older than me, and this kid is looking at me like, what? He's the boss? This kid is the boss?
This was my age.
Didn't I go to high school with you?
That's funny as hell, bro. Oh shit. So okay, so you kind of had experience, and what made you like? Did you go to work first? Like, did you work for somebody first? Really gain the experience you needed, or did you just like
I just jumped in.
Okay.
So like I literally learned everything I know off TikTok, YouTube. Like I know how to read blueprints because of YouTube. You get me? Like,
YouTube University,
Google University. Like I'm certified in Google.
That's right.
Yeah. So
I learned how to paint correct and do ceramic coatings through YouTube. So I don't blame you, dog.
Yeah. No, I mean everything is on there.
Yeah.
Like literally everything. And now, especially you have ChatGPT. Like I don't even write my own stuff half the time now. Like I'll just be like, write this and da 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 and so, and it writes it. And that's really all you need. And you're like asking it questions like, hey, the market is doing this, or like this is happening, and it'll give you a kind of like decent answer, and you're kind of like, you know, it's a different perspective now.
Yeah, people need to just learn how to use it. How you said it, right? Like if it will give me a general answer. If you want a more specific answer, you're supposed to feed it some more information. If you feed it all the information you want, it's gonna do exactly what you want.
Exactly.
I got a question, bro. Have you named your chat GPT?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I think that must just be me.
No, I haven't.
I named
that sounds
it.
Interesting.
I named them, bro.
But I do talk to it like a friend, though. Like I'll be like, "Hey, like my girlfriend's mad at me." Like,
bro, my fiance the other day, she was like, "Damn," she's like, "ChatGPT's your best friend. You're always talking to it." I'm like, yeah, it actually really is. It helps me out a lot.
Nah, that's what I tell my girl. I'm like, damn, you talk to ChatGPT more than you do me. She's like, that's my second man.
I literally named him, bro, because it's like, because Adrian works with me, right? And it's like, I've explained to my ChatGPT who this guy is. You know what I'm saying? And I explained to him what we do here and how he's involved in the operation. You know, so I gave him a name, and I'm like, you're the number one employee, dude. Without you, you know what I'm saying?
What'd you name him?
Steve. Yeah, I just gave him a generic name. You know what I'm saying?
Minecraft.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So you learned everything through YouTube. How was it on your first job, dude? Like, were you like me when I used to detail? Like, you would watch the video and be like, okay, this is what we're gonna. Okay, cool. Like, you would on your first job, you're working and watching videos at the same time, or like, did you go in there with the confidence to really get the job done?
Yeah, basically, I walked in there like I knew everything. Like, I already know everything, and because in my perspective, you innately know everything. Like, you innately know what you need to do, and you need to, you can get to where you need to go if you like really
put your head to it.
And so I just walked in there and I acted like I knew everything. I hired someone that did know everything. That's the lucky part. Like, if you hire someone that knows, then you really don't need to know that much, and you can he can mentor you to learn. You get me? Like, if this guy knows more about how to like put a baseboard on and do miter cuts, and I'm gonna ask him like, what is that? Like, what do you mean by that? Or like, why do you have to do that? And then like that's how I learned really too. Like, cabeza ajena. You get me? Like, someone else is telling me like, that's not right. Like, you shouldn't do that, or this is right. You should do that. And that's kind of how I took it.
So you would get contracted for the work and then subcontract some of the work out?
Yes and no, because like I work with these people really closely, so I'm not like these people work for me. So
Okay.
I'm paying them. You get me? Like, it's not really, I'm not subcontracting, because I tell them straight up, like, I own a store. I'm getting you your flooring material. I'm doing your quote. I have a specific job. You get me? I already did the chalan. I was over chalan, and I tried to install, and I couldn't do it myself. So now I have someone to do it.
Oh, okay. So my confusion was where I thought you were just installing flooring. So you are actually the supplier.
I'm the supplier and the contractor.
Gotcha. But you're the contractor in the sense that you have companies that work under you that if you need an installment, you just call these companies up and they work for you.
Basically.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So your shop, your flooring shop is pretty much all in one place for flooring. You buy your flooring, you choose your material, and then if you want to get it installed next week, you get it installed next week.
Yeah, but that goes for anything. Like, I do everything. Like, if you wanted some cement, like, poured tomorrow, I'd be able to quote you on that. Or if you want, like, a window done, like, if there was a broken window here, I'd be like, I could fix that for you.
So you're a general contractor? You have a contracting license as well, or?
So I don't have a general contracting license, but I do, like, if I do subcontract something that needs a license, I'll, like, I'll hire someone that has the specific license for that. You get me? Like, I do work for YMCA, Coca-Cola, Long Beach Memorial Hospital.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So, like, for YMCA, I the way I got into YMCA, I tricked it. Like, I literally was like...
You lied on the resume?
Everything was a lie. Because they asked me, they were like, you know how to do ADA doors? And I didn't even know what an ADA door was. I was just like, yeah, we can do that. An ADA door is basically for disabled people. You push it and it opens.
Oh, okay.
So
you found this out after.
Yeah. Little did I know it's a 200-year-old building. So, like, I didn't know anything about framing. I didn't know anything about, like, so on and so forth. So as I'm doing this process, and I charged a lot for it because I'm like...
And they accepted?
And they accepted the bid because I did it right. Like, they were like, we need these things. And I was like, I don't have these things. But I'm not telling them. I'm like, I don't have a contractor's license. I don't have workers' comp. I don't have insurance. I don't have a bond. What do I do? And then I just kind of got with the right people that led me to the right place. And then I would, we work with each other, and everybody needs to make money. So I'm not going to give this job for free to anybody, and no one's going to do this job for free.
Yeah.
So you just got to find the right people that you trust, and it should go well. And sometimes there's always mistakes.
That's interesting, bro. He just took a risk and went with it, and it worked out.
I did that for everything, though. Like, anything I do, I just do it.
I mean, it takes a lot of fear, though, bro. Like, let's be real, bro. I think for anyone would be fearful of fucking up, ruining a reputation or whatever it may be.
And I've had relationships that got messed up because of that. Because, like, I had a contractor, they asked me for a pour. Like they wanted to pour cement, and I asked him, I was like, "What do you want me to do?" He's like, "I just want you to pour." That means there's no finish, there's no prep, there's no lay. Like I'm just there to pour, right? Um, he didn't have. I was like, "Do you have the area prep?" He's like, "What do you mean prep?" I'm like, "Is it like patted down with sand and like gravel? Or like, is there any prep material there like laid?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, if you want me to pour, I'm gonna pour, but it's not gonna look nice." He's like, "No, just do it." Later on, he's like, "Hey, you fucked me on this because, like you said you were gonna finish right." I'm like, "This whole area is unprepped, and I just came here to pour. I didn't come here to finish. I didn't come here to prep for you. I didn't charge you for that."
Bro literally negotiated only a pour and then and then complained that you only poured.
Basically, but like it was bad because the pour ended up so bad that it was so unlevel. It was going into the house, right, like this, and when it rained, all the water leaked into the house, into the new flooring. So like, but at the end of the day, that's not my fault. That's not my job, and I didn't put my license. I didn't put because I have a business license, right? So I'm like,
and if it's under contract, the only one that messed up is the owner, right?
yeah. And all he did, I was like, "Do you want me to write a contract or anything?" He's like, "No." Like he just zelled me $800 just to go pour. So I'm like, okay,
the guy that hired you was another contractor, or was it the actual owner?
No, he was a subcontractor himself.
So
he was already working for someone. So he hired me.
So the guy that ended up getting effed over there is a subcontractor.
The guy that ended up getting fucked over was a client.
Like, yes, but I'm saying like license wise.
License wise is probably the contractor himself.
Oh, okay.
Because there are, of course, there's contractors that get the job with their license and then they hire someone without.
Yeah, it's funny that you tell me a story like that. My fiance's uncle told me a similar story of where he was like, "You sure you don't want me to do this?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right." He's like, "Look, I just need you to sign this," because he this is where he got like really smart. He's like, "Just sign over this contract." He's like, "Just so I know I'm protected," because he said that he knows of people doing that, and then they'll F you over through your insurance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or they call the Better Business Bureau or something, then they'll try to just like basically scam you, or they won't pay you, or something's weird. When they don't want you to do what needs to be done, it's usually like, why?
A little iffy.
Why don't you want me to like do this right? Because it's gonna fuck up like next week or whatever. Whenever it's gonna fuck up.
Yeah. No, and like I said, bro, I've heard of stories like that. I'm not too familiar with the industry, but I think someone that might follow you might want to like do something you're doing. Is that something to really look out for? Like really make sure and be thorough with your jobs and make sure there's contracts involved?
Yeah, like I'd say always like one is trust the people around you. Like get to know the people. Like what do they do on their free time? Like what are they actually like? And then from there, if they offer you something like under the table, and you just got to be aware. Like yeah, I do jobs under the table. Like that's just how it is out here. You get me? Sometimes like the owner doesn't want to pay permits, and then I'll do it, but I'll do it right. You get me? Some people don't. Like it's just you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Like I've written contracts for more than a dozen of my big jobs, and the other ones no, and the ones that don't sometimes fail.
Yeah.
You get me? But usually when you have a contract, everybody's kind of aware. Like, okay, if this doesn't happen, this doesn't happen.
Everyone knows
what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You get me? And the other case is like, if I don't pay this guy, what's he gonna do?
Nothing.
He's not gonna be able to do it. Even if I really know you, you get me? Like, there's still people out there.
Like, there's a lot of finessing that could go on in the industry.
Oh, there is finessing that goes on in the industry all the time, and it's this industry I found is like a little bit ageist too. Like, I'm young. You get me? And they see someone young and they think, oh, he's young.
A newbie.
Yeah, like, and I'll tell people, like, I'm a baby in this industry. Like, there's people that have been here 35, 40 years. You get me? I've been here 3, 4. So I'm a baby in this industry. So, like, but I'm still, like, I'm self-aware, and I've been in situations where I've gotten, the bad end of the deal, and where I've given the bad end of the deal sometimes, because it's a dog-eat-dog world.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is business, and I need to get ahead and if someone's like there, kind of you have no choice but kind of run them over or like whatever it is.
Business gets nasty sometimes, and it's just a matter of who accepts the deal and who doesn't accept the deal.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But it happens both ends. Like I've gotten it, and people.
Yeah, it happens to everybody.
It happens.
Yeah. So, going back to that though, you're confident. You have everything kind of going for yourself. Have you ever had a mess up, a fuck up that you might, that you're like, damn, like in your first when you first started?
No. Even now, I get fuck ups.
Oh shit!
You get me? Like, I don't know everything, and I'm still learning. Like I said, like I juggled 2-3 projects at a time, messed 2 of them up. You get me? So it's like I can mess up too. You get me? And everybody can mess up, man. The whole point of it is learn from your mistakes and be completely like if you have a project, be about that project. Don't spend this money, go there, and then get this money and go over there. Like the projects got to stay the projects, and you should stick to this project and have one crew here, one crew here. So like I learned that instead of having 10 guys and they're all splitting off all the time, like I learned to be more precise and where I have my guys but like I said, it's just about trial and error.
So do you do one project at a time now? Like you specifically just do one project, and then once that's done, you do another?
No, now I have different crews.
Okay.
Now instead of having one crew, like I'll have like 3. You get me? And that crew's over here, this crew's over here, and that crew's over there. And there's different contractors. Phases. And there's different like foremans for each one of them. So I can blame, hey, like this guy, I can blame you here, and I can blame him here, and I can blame him there. But if there's one foreman and I have 3 projects, like he's gonna be like, oh, Orlando or this or that guy, you get me? Whoever messed up.
So you rather have them separated so that way you know where the mess up came from and who to blame or whatever it may be. Did that come? Did you learn that through leadership? Like, did you have to learn that the hard way with managing, employees and hiring people, or did you kind of, seen that along the way and started splitting them up?
So it was like I said, it was trial and error. I had 3 projects at a time, and 2 of them kind of went awry. Like I was overspending over here, and I wasn't paying attention too close to this one because I was over here. So it's all about time management and really focusing on, I say, one project at a time for me, and that's basically it. I mean, I try not to put too many eggs
in one basket. Yeah. How do you keep your teams motivated and like on the same mission?
Money.
Okay.
Like you give them money and you take care of them. Like you try.
Do you think that's how it is? Or are your employees Hispanic? You think it's a Hispanic?
I don't consider them employees. I consider them like they work. You get me? That's all I think. Like they're workers. They're not my employees. Like they're people. So I gotta treat them like they have families back there, like in the background. You get me? Like there's families in the background. They're not my employees. So I like.
So what do you have against employees, or the term?
I don't personally like the contractor I hire. He's not my employee. Like his own
he's
guy.
A contractor. Yeah,
because that's how I feel. Like if someone hires me, I'm gonna send you to the fucking. You get me? Like if you fucking a bad person to me, I'm like fuck you. I'm out of here because I'm my own boss. You get me? Same thing. If I treat him bad, he's like, hey yo,
he could leave tomorrow.
I could leave tonight. You get me? Today, right now. And so that my whole thing is, hey, I need to get him paid before me. Like I always pay my guys before I pay myself, really.
Yeah, well, that's the way I see employees. Like I see employees as in like, okay, I have to take care of the business to take care of the employee for the employee to take care of his family.
Exactly.
So it's like I'm really not in charge of just one person.
I'm in charge
of the whole operation plus that family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't see it I don't see it that way, but I get your point because of your industry.
Yeah.
You know?
I just try to like be like, hey, I'm gonna be a good person to this guy, and I'm gonna get him his material when he needs it. You get me? I'm gonna do everything I can in my side so that his job could go easily, and he can go home to his family at 6 or 7, whatever. Yeah. And that's basically it. I think treating people right, and then they'll keep coming back, and they'll keep doing good work.
Oh, yeah. Well, not only that, but if you have a material shop, you want them to be consistent clients, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So how did you go upon marketing your shop when you first started?
I didn't really know too much about marketing. I really just kind of looked at other people and basically followed their strategy and literally copy and paste other people. And I learned a lot from one guy. Like his name is Brian the contractor. He's his company's called Pasadena Contracting, I believe. Modern Builders, actually. My bad. And I learned a lot from his videos. Like he would post, and try to like really get out there. And I was just like, I'm just posting my store and little things. I gotta put my face, and I gotta like show people that there's a person behind the store. And then once I started doing that, I started kind of getting more, just more traffic.
Is that where what's up, guys? Eden.Floors here.
Yeah.
Is that where that was born?
Well, that was kind of just me. Like, I was like, hey guys, Eden.Floors here, Los Angeles Construction, and la da da da. You give me, and a lot of people liked it, and especially
It's
like
catchy, bro.
Yeah.
Like it caught my attention, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I wanted to ask about marketing because I feel like that's what probably helped you out, if I'm not mistaken. Like
For sure.
really bring in leads and probably new clients.
Yeah.
How did that first affect you? Like when you first started putting your content out there, did you see results automatically or did it take a while?
Still to this day, like it's a 50-50. Like you also have to be a good contractor, and
Yeah.
What I learned is a returning customer is more important than a new customer.
Okay.
Right. So like, if a customer is returning a lot, that means I'm doing a good job, and they're coming back a lot. So like, it's worth keeping them around, and I don't know. It's wishy washy with marketing. Like it could go up and down. Like sometimes I have high viewership, like on one video, and on another not so much. But I'll do kind of the same thing, and some videos work more than others. It's just how it is.
But have you gotten like people messaging you like, "Hey, bro, I want you to come check out my house. I need new flooring."
Yeah, for sure. But like I said, it's like it's wishy washy. It comes from everywhere. Like some people don't like Instagram. Some people like Google. Some people don't like Google. They like Yelp. Some people don't like Yelp. They like
Nextdoor.
knowing. They like knowing this.
Yeah.
My neighbor.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
Yeah. My neighbor got this, and low key, I like it. Did it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a mixture of a lot of things, but Instagram definitely helped a lot in terms of looking more professional and putting my work out there. You get me, just so they could see.
But I feel like for our generation, bro, I feel like Instagram is the next one up there, bro. Like I feel like everyone's gonna be looking up things like on Instagram in a couple of years, bro. Like it's gonna be like how Facebook was 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like to where everyone's like, when it came to social media, everything revolved around Facebook. I think that's what's gonna happen with Instagram eventually.
I think so
with
too.
Our generation.
Either that or TikTok, like one or the other. Like they're kind of both.
Well, if it doesn't get banned, right? Is that even still
I don't think so.
still around?
I don't think so. Trump like apparently fixed some sort of thing so that
He made a deal or something like that.
Something like that. But like they're both search engines. Like you can search up basically anything and it'll pop up.
Yeah, and you'll get content. Like when I'm looking for people to interview, I try looking like random things up, and I'll get somewhere with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Latino business owners or whatever, and it'll pop up like people that are in that space or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you said, bro, it's a search engine, and you can literally find anything on there. Like even with us, like my fiance and I, we're like, hey, do you remember seeing this video, one that maybe was trending like last week? You just go on Instagram, you're like, look up like describing the image, and it'll come up.
No, yeah, I do that all the time. Like especially when I need help contracting.
Have you heard of Nextdoor though?
Nextdoor, I've heard of it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's like a good one to be.
Yeah. A lot of people are on a lot of things like Angie's List and House Pro. And
it just
Service
sucks that you gotta
Pro.
pay though, right?
Gotta pay to play.
Yeah, you gotta pay them their monthly service or whatever.
I mean, like for instance, like even mentors like charge an outrageous amount of money, but you're gonna probably get something
out of it. Have you ever hired a mentor?
Me personally, no. I try to like make my mentors kind of give me stuff for free without like unbeknownst to them.
I'm the same way.
Like I'll be like,
you ask questions a certain way.
Yeah, exactly. And or like I'll make it known that I want to like kind of be around them and just maybe once or twice I'll be around them and I'll learn something new just from there.
Yeah.
So it's all about how you are really, like, if you're intaking information or if you're just like there, like kind of like sitting, just wondering.
Yeah. And what was the biggest job you've had?
The biggest job I had was a weed shop named Sin Semilla that's about to open up soon.
Yeah.
It was like, it was either that one or the 4 townhouses, but I've had big jobs, but that one was the largest lump sum of money I've ever received. It was like, at once, I think he gave me like $70,000.
Wow.
In cash. He took it out of his safe and put it in a like Whole Foods bag. And I went to the bank with a Whole Foods bag full of cash. And I was like, oh,
should have never reported it, bro.
I had to, because I do the
materials.
Yeah, I do everything kind of legally too.
By the book, yeah.
Yeah, I try my best to do everything by the book.
Yeah.
You get me? So.
And people don't realize that for us entrepreneurs, it's actually better to do it by the book because it opens more doors when it comes to loans, when it comes to raising capital and stuff like that and expanding.
Yeah. Like right now, like I said, I'm still learning. I want to get into more business ventures, and I want to like just learn more about the marketing stuff and just little things I really want to get into. And I still have yet to like really put myself out there because I'm still building.
What do you feel like you're lacking?
What do I feel like I'm lacking? Wow.
Well, because you're saying you feel like you still need a lot more.
I feel like I'm lacking a lot of leadership still, and I feel like I'm lacking
leadership in the sense that you don't take responsibility?
No, leadership skills as in I don't think I'm the best leader yet. Like, gotcha. I still think I'm still,
yeah,
I'm on one leg still. Kind of, I still feel like I'm juggling, and
like you're not the best version of yourself for you to see yourself that way. And exactly. Like you're saying, you need to work, because I feel the same way, bro. Like I need to work on myself. Like I know I'm not at my full potential personally, and I'm assuming that's the way you feel. Like,
yeah,
like
people tell me all the time, I'm like, oh, you're doing great, you're awesome, this is crazy, but I'm like, this is nothing. Yeah. This is nothing. Like I could be 100 times better.
So where do you want to be at in the next 6 months?
In the next 6 months, wow.
I mean, keeping that same mindset, right, of like wanting to get better. What can you do in the next 6 months to be better? How about that? How about that question?
Well, there's a lot you could do, like
But you specifically, not me. I'm talking about you. Yeah, you, because you're saying you're lacking leadership skills. So what can you change in the next 6 months to become a better leader?
Damn, that's part of the problem. I'm like, change is hard for me. Like still, like even though like I try to do stuff and like I'm adventurous and I put myself out there, like it's still hard for me.
But you can't get into other ventures if you're not.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, for instance, like I've been working for so long, like I swear, like I just feel like this year I kind of just like I slowed down a lot in terms of everything.
You're getting comfortable?
Not getting comfortable, just I'm like, there's got to be more than just working all the time. And so I kind of been like lax on everything.
Okay.
And I've been in my own head a lot, honestly, and been dealing with a lot of like, stuff on my own. And
but that's everybody, bro. That's life.
I know. It's just I guess right now I'm having like a pretty like hard time just personally, and I just been in my own head a lot, bro. Like, so what I want to do is just
are you lacking inner peace?
Right now, yeah, a lot. Like right now I'm like
so
are confused. I'm so confused. I'm so lost again. Like,
because of where you want to be, or why are you lost?
Because like I put so much work into a lot of things, and it's not
always
it's not rendering how I thought it was at the time. You get me? Or here right now where I am right now, like I thought I was gonna be like okay already.
Bro, I thought I was gonna be in a Lambo by now.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I feel the same, bro. I feel you, and I've been there.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, the way you're feeling right now is exactly how I felt. Like before I started this podcast, is how I felt. That's how I felt. Like battling inner demons and being like, dude, I should have been having a Lamborghini, for example, right? I should have been having a Lamborghini this year.
Yeah.
Like I should have been became a house owner.
Well, that's why it kind of
stuff like that.
I kind of was like hesitant to do this. Remember, like you texted me before.
Oh yeah.
And like
I know you flicked on me, bro.
I did. My bad. And that's my bad because I told him I'm like I flicked on him last time. I hope he's not upset.
Nah, I don't take it personal, bro.
I just like because I remember I used to do podcasts, so I'm like I'm not afraid to talk or anything. I just been in my own head, and I was like I don't think I could talk to anybody right now, like and really express how I am or who I am, and I still haven't done that yet, even in my own like Instagram and my Eden.Floors. Like I don't really tell people like who I am or what I'm dealing with.
But you're not supposed to. Your business page is very different than your personal life.
For sure, no. But at the same time, like I see like entrepreneurs, and they'll like they got this fitness, and they'll post their family, and then they'll post like things they're doing. I don't do that, like because I'm just like I'm not there.
Some people do that just because they want like to keep more customers coming. They want to, we're family orientated. You know, we have the same beliefs. Like they just want to put that moral ground, that moral, like I'm the same as you to their clients. But in reality, bro, you should always keep your business life and your personal life in two different separate lanes, bro.
Yeah.
Like I never understood the people that have a business page and are posting that they're drunk at a carne asada.
Yeah, see, like that's
I don't get that.
I don't get that either. But like, what I'm saying is the other people, like they're posting like their daily routine, and it's like you could see like what they're doing. You get me? And I'm not there. I don't want to do that.
But at the same time, you're your own person.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you have a different style, you should stick to that style. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you're beating yourself up because you see other people and you want to compare yourself to them. I'm not saying you are, but you got to also remember that their chapter 10 and your chapter 2 are two very different, things. You know what I'm saying? I just got to remind you of that because I know how it feels too. Like when I was younger and I used to have a Camaro, right? And I used to go to the street races or go to the track back when the track was open. And I used to see like Mustangs and all these other cars with turbos and superchargers. And I used to be like, damn, that's a $7,000 supercharger. I wish I could afford that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, but I'm comparing myself to a 40-something-year-old
exactly
that owns a house, owns all these things. And I'm just a 16-year-old kid that's barely starting. So I just probably want to remind you, bro, that someone's chapter 10 is not your chapter 2.
And that's what like I said, it gets stuck in my head a lot right there. And that's why I still feel like I have a lot of learning. And so like all this, my whole goal this year was I want to sell more material and kind of stray away from the contracting so I can, like, I'll still do contracting work, but I want to focus more on selling and marketing and like the business side of, flooring. And so that's where I'm at. Like, that's why I just try to talk to a lot more people. You get me? Like,
so networking.
The more I talk to people, the more I learn.
So more networking.
More being under someone still. Cause like, I want to get a mentor that's like really a mentor type still. Like I still want
like you would pay somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I still haven't found the right person.
Well, look, bro, I know a millionaire, my godfather in Mexico, and he pays for mentorships. So don't be afraid to pay for mentorships.
No, I'm not. I'm just like
I'm just letting you know because I know how it feels to be like I want a mentor, but I'm not down to pay that.
No, it's not that. It's just more like who do I want to go with, kind of. And I'm like, I don't know, and I get stuck. I get stuck in a loop, and I'm.
Yeah. You're just battling your little bitch voice and
exactly
and shit like that. You're dealing with. Damn, bro, do you read books?
I read, but not like a.
You need to read like you need to look into like Andy Frisella and David Goggins and all them.
Oh, David Goggins, yeah. I mean, I listen to their podcasts and I like
no, but their
books, audiobooks as my thing because I don't like reading.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'll be in the car, Yeah,
listen to Can't Hurt Me.
Can't Hurt Me. Cool.
My fiance and I are reading it right now.
That's awesome.
But Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, bro. Listen to that and like really like draw it down, because it'll help you lock in. It'll help you lock in. I mean, I don't want to give you too much because I'd rather you
read it on my own.
Yeah. But it'll definitely help you lock in.
Man, I appreciate that, bro. Like I really like try to, like you said, like I'm gonna read that book. You know what I mean? So like I just try to like gather information.
Yeah. Well, and that's the reason why I started this platform, bro, was for me to talk to other entrepreneurs, find out what you're doing that has helped you, find out what you're doing that hasn't helped you, and see where you're struggling. And if I could give you the best piece of advice, I'm going to try to give you the best piece of advice.
Exactly.
And if I don't know, then shoot, it's like, let's talk about it, because I'd rather conversate and have this conversation to where it's like, maybe after this, I'm looking it up, you're looking it up, and we're helping each other out at the end of the day. Yeah. You feel me? So in the next 6 months, you really want to draw down to just material sales.
I want to learn how to really sell big amounts of flooring. Like,
you want to scale it?
Yeah, I want to scale it, and I'm still stuck. And so, like, I've been asking a couple of people that own stores. Like, you know, I never really did that before. I just opened up a store, and I'm like, oh, let me figure it out. And I kind of did, but kind of didn't. Like, there's still like, I want to say a barrier that I hit. Where, because I don't know.
You don't know. And then the fear factor comes in.
And then I'm like, how come I don't know it? And how come no one's telling me that I don't know it? And so I'm like, I have to go ask now.
Yeah.
So, like, that's where I've been at right now. I've been asking, like, people, like, with stores in Arizona, with stores in Nevada, with stores in, like, up north. Because it's like, how do you get sales up there? How are you getting sales in the desert? Damn, you get me? So that's right now.
You should check out the homie, your tile design guy. We interviewed him. He does tile. Well, it's kind of the same thing, right? Flooring tile. I'm not too.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Flooring.
And he just opened his shop in Arizona, in Yuma. So that might be a good guy to like look into too, because like you said, how the hell are you selling over there? You're not in LA. You're not in a big city where it's like it might be a lot easier for you to sell, right?
And I'll be struggling in LA. You get me? Like one, because I think there's a lot of competition too.
Well, there is.
You get me?
It's probably saturated here in LA, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's here and there. Like, if you make a name for yourself, like, people are gonna know you. Like, and I think I've been making a name for myself pretty well in the industry, and like a lot of contractors that have a lot of play in the field, they know me and they know my work and they know my work ethic. And I think for now, like, that's been a big part of why people respect me and why people keep coming back to me, because, like, I don't stop. Like, even though, like, I'm in my own head and I'll get depressed, and, just like everybody else, and I'll still wake up at 6 a.m. I gotta go work.
Nah, not like everybody else, bro. Don't say
like,
that.
What I'm saying is I still wake up like everybody else and I gotta go work.
No, but I'm saying that because the people that live comfortably on their 9 to 5s, they don't go through what we go through. We go through a whole another level of stress, a whole another level of inner demons and inner battles, bro, that people just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And everything you're probably going through right now, I probably have gone through it to a certain extent in my own way, right? Because we all have different situations. Exactly. But because once I said little bitch voice and you were like, you knew exactly what I was talking about. You knew exactly what I was talking about. And that's one thing about being an entrepreneur and being born an entrepreneur. That, let's be real, that little bitch voice, I'm sure it's been in your voice, in your head since you're a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people don't realize that us entrepreneurs, the voices gets a lot harder. It's like you grow up, bro, and you start getting in hard mode. And it's like it went from just being that voice of doing like bad stuff, right? Of like, oh, being a bad influence, to now being a voice of like really testing you every single day and what you want to do in life. And it's so hard. It's like you're damn near freaking psycho because you think you can't do something and yet you're doing it, but it's like there's voice in my head that's telling me, like, that's trying to bring me down, and you're battling it every single day.
Yeah. I totally get that.
That's like the laziness and stuff. It's like you're plagued with like laziness and confusion and negativity. So when you're going through the day,
and then you'll get that FOMO feeling where you're like, I've been working for like 5 years straight, right? Like, just on my business and this and that. I kid you not, the first time I went to a bar was this year, like, ever. And the first time I went to a real concert was this year. Like, I still don't live like a regular life because I'm so focused.
Jawed down,
And like I said, this year I just been focusing on networking and kind of also relieving a little bit of my own stress, because I never have fun and this and that. So now I'm trying to have a little bit more fun living, because like I still feel like I gotta live a little.
Dude, my living when I was like locked in like that was like partying with my cousins at like 2 in the morning. But yeah, I'd still wake up at 5 in the morning and go take care of clients, dude.
Exactly. I went to a concert, I think in January, and the concert lasted till like 4 in the morning, and I had work at 5.
And you went?
I went right away.
Well, anyways, bro, going back to the industry, and we've already kind of talked about being an entrepreneur, you getting into the industry, where you're at now. Where do you want to really take this to in the next 5 years? Like, where do you see, by the end of the decade, 2030, where do you see yourself in 2030?
I want to have at least 4 stores or 4 businesses
in different places.
In different places, and in maybe different fields. Like I don't really. My dream was never to be a contractor. Like that's not my dream. Like that's just what I do right now. But
yeah.
my dream is like basically doing something creative with my time. Like what you kind of do. You get me? That's why I kind of started my podcast, and I started selling shirts, and I started making music, and I just did a bunch of stuff, and I didn't have all the money to do it, so I'm like, I don't come from family of money, so I'm like, I gotta do something that I know, and that's kind of where I landed right now.
Yeah,
and
you're using it as a stepping stone.
That's how I feel right now. Like I'm using a stepping stone to figure out like what exactly I'm doing, and if I can handle like 2-3 stores or another business or something else, it would be, Well,
it's like me, bro. I mean, I've been doing this podcast for like 2 years and I haven't got paid. Yeah, I'm still funding it. I'm still funding it. I'm still here every single day. Not every single day, but every time we have a podcast, I'm hiring Adrian. I'm trying to put in my full effort to the day I make.
What made you want to start?
What made me want to start? Well, I would go on entrepreneur podcast, and they never looked like us.
Ah, that's crazy.
They're nothing but white dudes.
Yeah, you're right.
White successful dudes, and it's like, all right, that's cool, but it's like I want someone that looks like me.
Yeah.
Or like I want to know there's a group of people that I could relate to culturally, that I could speak about business with. I could speak about maybe religion with or politics with, and no one get offended. And yet for us to have this open dialogue to just learn.
Yep.
And feed off of each other.
I totally get this, and like I kind of figured like what you were kind of doing, like Latin, podcast. So I'm like, I really wanted to do it, but I was stuck in my head, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta do it. Like,
but you're not the only person, bro. That's why I don't take it personally, bro. Because I've met so many entrepreneurs where they're like, just not right now, bro. Like I'm down to do it, just not right now. And I know what that means. I know it's because you're going through shit right now, and you're just not confident in yourself to come and really speak about it, because I've been there.
Yeah. But like right now, I feel like I'm in a good space, and I've been working a lot on myself and working a lot on the business, and just kind of like weathering storms. So I was like, I got to hit him up. I want to do it.
I appreciate you coming on, bro. But, I think one thing that I could recommend to you, bro, is just really draw down that little bitch voice, bro. You gotta put that. Man. You gotta put that fool in a fucking box and lock him up, bro.
I know. I've been like.
You work out?
Semi.
You gotta get a routine on, my boy. You gotta get a routine.
I got a routine. It ain't great. I got routines, but they ain't good.
But I'm talking about like I'm talking about just in life in general though. Like work out, eat healthy, and try to
I swear,
put all that into your business.
I be feeling like if I want to work out and like I either gotta wake up extremely early or sleep super late.
Have you worked out in the morning before you go to work?
Yeah. I mean,
you've done, but okay, but that's not compared to
for sure.
running or like lifting weights, pushing weights.
I haven't done that in a while.
Okay, so what I'm saying is like, okay, one morning, bro, just wake up, have yourself a good breakfast, go work out, like, but pump, iron, or do something, like push yourself, and then see how you feel the rest of the day, bro. You're gonna feel productive.
You feel amazing. I know that.
That's what I'm saying. But all right, so then you continue that every single day. And you continue that good mindset, right? You put yourself in that mindset, and you kill your day every single day with productivity. What is that going to end up leading to if you do that every single day for 3 months?
Nah, you're gonna look great, feel great.
Forget that. What is it going to do to your business?
What do you mean exactly? I mean working out and
because okay, if you start a routine where you wake up every morning and you work out, you eat good, you get your mind right, and then you go to your business and become productive.
Oh, you're saying
like if you start a routine,
clear up your mind, and then like your business will do better because your mind is more clear and less.
So if you do that every single day for 3 months, where would that put your business?
That's a good question. Maybe I got to try it out. When I started the business, I was working out every day, and I was running every day, and I'm alone. Like it's just me in the business, and I'm like 2-3 projects. And I got to go sell some floor, and then I got to drive to a quote, and then I got to go see my girl. And then after all that, I'm like, I'm exhausted. I just go home, and I literally knock out.
But you were productive.
Yeah.
You got what needed to get done. So that's what I'm saying. You do that for every day for 3 months. Where would that put your business at?
No, you're right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give you another perspective.
I just feel like for me, like, especially like I hear the people like, oh, I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking, I stopped going to parties, I stopped doing this, I stopped doing that. But like at the end of the day, like for me, whatever works for you, you get me? Like you're your own person, I'm my own person, and at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, it works for sure. Like you'll get your mind clear, this and that. But like for me, when my mind is the clearest is when I'm like completely busy. Like if I'm busy every day, 100% of the day, like I don't really need anything else. My mind is clear. There's no bitch voice. Like there's nothing there.
So then, if you know that, you might as well make yourself busy every single day, right?
Oh,
whether
I try.
Whether it's working out, whether it's being productive, whether it's not this and that, as long as you're hitting your goals, right?
Trust me. Like right now, like my day started at 6 today, and I'm right here like at 8.
At 8, yeah.
You get me? Like I drove like an hour and a half of traffic. I went all the way to Thousand Oaks in the morning. Like I've been doing a bunch of stuff like all day. So I'm like, I'm in a good space right now, especially right now because I'm like.
I'm just trying to give you just another perspective. If you haven't tried that, try it out. Or take it how you want it. But again, bro, if we don't have these conversations.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's like let's say you wouldn't have came today, right? And I wouldn't have told you this. Maybe you wouldn't have never seen it that way if no one has ever told you that.
No. Because, I listen to podcasts on my own. Like, I listen to the Joe Rogans and whatever you may think of, like, the popular ones.
Yeah.
Theo Von.
I met Theo Von.
You met Theo Von?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, randomly.
That's amazing, actually.
Like, randomly.
I love that guy.
Randomly. I didn't even know his name at the time that I met him.
But, like.
I just knew I seen him somewhere.
Whatchamacallit?
I seen him in Beverly Hills, bro. And he was just standing right there. And I go, ha, I know you. And he's like, you know me? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you're that funny redneck on social media. I was like, I don't know your name, bro. Can I take a picture with you? He's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. And we took a picture. And that was it. And I left. I just said, you're that funny. You got the picture? Yeah. You got I have to look it up. But I sent it straight to him when I did it, bro. Yeah. And I was like, I was tripping out too. I was like, what the fuck? But I just remember saying like I was like, you're that famous redneck. Like
No, that's awesome, bro. That's insane. But yeah, like
really friendly dude.
I listen to those guys, and they'll have people like David Goggins on, and like other people, and you learn a lot from podcasts and from other people's experiences
and points of views.
So like I definitely get a lot of both sides. Like I still want to be myself, but I'm not like I'm still learning every day, and like I said, I do my push-ups. I run a little bit when I can. I walk my dogs. I try to like keep that lane open still, but at the same time, like if I'm busy and ain't no time to do stuff, like I'm busy.
That's right.
And yeah.
What are some advice you would give out to someone that's looking to be like you? In the sense of
don't be like me.
In the sense of business though, like in the sense of opening a shop and being a supplier and stuff like that. What advice would you give someone?
I say if you want to get into construction alone or any part of construction, which is selling the floor, selling the material, delivering the material, any of that, like I suggest you become a chalan. Like be a chalan for a year. See how that feels, and then you'll understand like this is not easy. Like even when you get like a little bit above a chalan and above that, it doesn't get easier.
It gets harder.
It gets harder.
Yeah.
Like, the 12-hour shifts for $150 is hard. but you don't got to deal with 6 clients, a lawsuit, and YMCA calling you because you didn't finish their doors.
Yeah.
So like, you need some patience, you need some time management skills, and you also need a lot of like self-will. Like you need to want it.
Yeah.
You can't just come into the construction industry. Like you can't. Like it's really hard to like make a name for yourself out in the construction industry, because everybody's an old head and everybody has 40 years on you.
Yeah.
So it's either put your all into it or find another industry because it's not gonna work out for you.
That's right. Well, this is the end of the podcast, bro.
Bro, I appreciate you having me on, bro.
He's already like, oh, I'm already gone. No, but
Nah, bro, I appreciate you so much for letting me fucking come on here and explain my story and talk.
Of course, bro. And not only that, bro, but I actually appreciate you for reaching back out, wanting to do this. Because I kind of just thought, bro, you want to know what really goes through my head when someone flakes on me like that? Damn, the Trump shit probably got to them. Hey, can you blame me for thinking that way, though?
No, I feel the same way.
Like, with the stuff I post, it's like, because I know, bro, I post controversial stuff, but it's people don't realize it's a marketing scheme, one. But it's like, one, I do believe in a lot of his policies. I don't agree with all of it. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, like, every time someone flakes on me, I'm like, they don't like Trump.
Like I was going to vote for Trump, but, like, I didn't vote at all because I was just so, like, I don't care. Like, whoever wins is going to win.
Well, to us, it was a little bit more personal because, our crypto money was affected in a good way. But it's like...
You bought Trump or what?
No.
You bought the Trump coin?
No. We were buying XRP.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, we were buying XRP way before Trump won. So when Trump won, it went from 50 cents to $3. But we knew about that. So for 2 years prior to the elections, I was making this podcast trying to tell, the raza or Latinos,
anybody who could hear.
Yeah, just fucking, dude, look into this stuff. This guy's really campaigning on these policies. Like, I read policies, bro. So I'd, like, try to inform people. And some people took it. Some people didn't.
That's
we made a bunch of money, thankfully. And, that's why I'm happy to say that I'm engaged,
Exactly.
Yeah, Trump indirectly funded my engagement.
He's a good wingman,
He's a good wingman. You know what I'm saying? But that is the first thing I always think of when someone flakes on me. I'm like, I was like, the Trump shit they got to them. I'm like, because you know how I'm
talking right now.
Yeah.
Like,
but you know how us Hispanics are, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. But, and I told my mom, I'm gonna vote for Trump. She was like, "Vete de mi casa ahorita." I'm like,
nah, I've been a Trump supporter since 2016, bro. I still remember the first time I told my mom I was, and my mom's a conservative, so my mom was kind of like, "Okay, well, I can't blame you for seeing that way because I did raise you to be like very conservative." But she just, like, when it came to immigration, or my dad was the one that was hard to convince. But now my dad owns a MAGA hat.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So bro went, since 2020 to now, bro went from
red pill.
Like, yeah, like me and my mom would have political conversations and he'd get up, leave the room. No, now this was ordering us MAGA hats. So it's like he's learned,
That's funny.
But he had to go through 4 years of Biden to finally understand.
Exactly.
And when it hit his pocket and it hit his job, he was like, yeah, now I see your guys' point.
Yep.
But with that being said, all money in, no money out. Stay dedicated, stay motivated. And we'll see you on the next one, Latino Wealth Club. Don't be a little bitch.
Fire.